Hey, I'm Andrew Joseph Keith, and in this video we're going to build some really cheap wire armatures. I do have another video that's on another channel, the Proco 3D YouTube channel, that goes over another method for building wire armatures, but in this method we're just going to go over these really cheap wire armatures. And why are they so cheap? The reason that these are going to be so cheap is because this is basically recycled aluminum wire that I picked up at a junkyard, a metal scrap yard, and they had a bin that had aluminum wire that people, when they're working on the power lines and stuff, they would cut off the extra and then strip it so that it would come out as this aluminum wire that has a bunch of wires wrapped together. And so we did have to go through the process, or I had to go through the process of unwrapping this, and so it can be kind of a pain unwrapping it, but it was very cheap. I think it was $2 a pound. Might be a little bit more now, but that would make these armatures right here probably around 10-15 cents each. Or with just this section, there's 20. So there's 20 strands that are spun together for just this section. I can make a lot of armatures with just this wire. If you're gonna get it from a metal scrapyard, I'd take a section of the wire and just bend it back and forth as tight as you can in the same spot, and it should be able to bend back and forth 20 to 30 times before breaking. If it can't do that, if it breaks on the 5th or 10th or 12th time, then it's probably not soft enough, and try to find some other wire. Okay, so as far as supplies, we're gonna have that aluminum wire. I've gone ahead and taken another thing of aluminum wire and unwound it. The wire thickness is about 8 gauge, and in millimeters, that's about 4 millimeters, 4 millimeters thick. I'll also be using a yardstick ruler, and I'm gonna be using inches because that's what we do here in America. And I also have some pliers with wire cutters, so there's little wire cutters in the end. That's all the supplies I'll be using. I also have this little cheat sheet that I've drawn. So I like to use the Robert Beverly Hale cranial unit system for building armatures. I find it very useful. It lines up very well with the bones of the body. And then once the armature is built, if we're sculpting somebody that has proportions that are a little bit different, it's not too difficult to make some adjustments. How that works is the distance from the top of the head to the neck is 2 units, then 1 unit over to the shoulder, 2 units down to the elbow, 2 more units down to the knuckles, so right here. So if you take your arm, put it right here, the distance from here to the elbow is about the same as the distance from here to the knuckles, so 2 more units, and then a half a unit for the fingers to the end of the palm. And that's what we'll be doing for this armature. We're going to build the arm so that the wire comes all the way through to the middle finger, and I'll just imagine that that is where the wire is ending, is at the middle finger. Then from the spine to the pelvis is 3.5 units, over 1 unit for the width of the pelvis, down 3 units to the knee, and then down 3 more units to the bottom of the foot. 1.5 units is the foot from the back of the foot to the front, but we'll just do 1 unit for the front of the foot. That is the measurements that we'll be using to build this wire armature. For this armature, we're going to have 1 piece of wire that'll be the right arm and right leg, another piece of wire that'll be the left arm and left leg, and then we'll have 1 piece of wire that'll be the head in the spine area. Because we'll be twisting together the wires in the spine, I wanted to lengthen those units a little bit, and so we'll be doing 18 inches or 18 units for the arms and legs, 2 of those, and then 1 at 9. So 1 piece of wire that's 9 inches, 2 pieces of wire that are 18 inches. Okay, so I'm going to come over 18 inches. 18 inches right there. Cut the first piece of wire for the arms and legs. Then repeat that, make one exactly the same length, 18 inches again. And if you're going to err on the side of a little bit longer, because you can always cut off extra wire at the end. And then 9 inches, 9 inches. So there we have all of the wire for the armature. Now we're going to measure out the length of the arm. So we're going to measure out the full length of the arm. That's going to be 5.5 units. I'm going to go just a hair longer than 5.5, just to make sure that I definitely have enough wire for the arm. 5.5 units. Then 4 units down, 3.5 units the spine from the shoulders to the hips. But because we're going to be twisting it, we want to do that 4 units and then make a bend. right like that. So you'll have a section for the arms that's a little bit shorter, section for the leg that's longer. Let's do that again. A little bit more than 5.5. Down 4. Here we have those 2 pieces of wire. That's going to be the arm and the legs. Here you can see, doing splits. And this one for the head. So for the first one, I took the wires and tried to spin 3 wires together, twisting them all together. I found that that was pretty loose in the middle. For this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap together these 2, the arms and the legs, and then I'm going to take this and wrap it around after. So we're going to try that. So let's go ahead, take these, and we're just going to be twisting them together, trying to get it pretty tight. There we go. Just like that. The arms and the legs twisted together. Let's measure that, and that's come to just about exactly 3.5 units. Just making sure that that's pretty tight with those 3.5 units. Now, what I'm going to do is take this other wire that's for the head, and I'm going to pinch the end of it, pliers, and then wrap it in a circle that kind of misses the self. So it's kind of a spiraling circle. And we want this to be open enough so that we can wrap it around the spine. And then we're going to take that and pinch it as hard as we can with those pliers. Here we go. And then I'm going to try to wrap it as tight as I can around those 2 wires that we've already put together. And so that's feeling pretty secure, but once you start to bend it and pose it, things will get looser, so just be aware of that. So let's go ahead and add in the joints so that this looks a little bit more like a person. And when I'm doing this, all of the side measurements, so for the shoulders and then also for the hips, I want to make sure that those aren't too wide. Remember that we add clay to the armature, and so it's better for everything to be too narrow, better for me to be closer to half a unit than over 1 unit, which is the distance of the clavicle. Pit of the neck over to the shoulder is that 1 unit. And if you're going to err, make the shoulders too narrow, the hips too narrow, and then you can add clay onto the side to build those back out when you're sculpting. There we go on that. We've got somebody doing the splits now. So let's go ahead and do the same thing with hips. Over 1 unit, or a little bit less. So now we've got the shoulders and hips indicated. Let's go ahead and do the joints for the elbow and the knees. 2 units from the shoulder to the elbow. I'm going to come down 2 units, make a little bend forward slightly. 2 units on the other side, bend forward, and then 3 units for the leg. So coming down 3 units, bend back slightly for that knee, and then again 3 units and bend back. So now we have the joints of the knees and the elbow laid in. So I'm going to do the joint for the wrist, so I'm not going to do the joint for the knuckles, I'm going to do the joint for the wrist, so it'll be a little bit shorter than those 2 units. So it'll be about 1.5 unit from here to here. So let's come out 1.5 units, 1.5 units, and I'm going to bend it down like the wrist is pointing down. Same thing on the other side, 1.5, bend it down. Let's get the feet now. It's going to come down 3 units, bend the foot forward, and same thing on the other side, 3 units. So it's 3 units from the knee to the bottom of the foot. So now we've got the joints, the sections of the body. Now let's go ahead, if we need to, remove any wire and get everything the right length. Starting with the head, because this is coming up too far for the neck. It's going to be 2 units from the top of the head to the pit of the neck. Just to shorten it, what I like to do is just pinch it with those wires right there, and then you're just going to bend it and twist to make a little loop for the head right there. And that also gives the clay something to grab onto. And let me check it for 2 units or a little bit less, because we can put some clay on the top of the head, and that's looking good now. I'm going to bend the neck forward, and we need to remove just about 1/4 of an inch from this, just to make sure that those 2 sides are even for the length of the arms. So I did waste about that much wire, but not too much waste. I'm going to do 1 unit for the foot, and you have to remember that 1 unit is from the ankle joint to the tips of the toes. So the foot extends forward from the ankle joint 1 unit, but it also extends back a little bit, about 1/3 of a unit. And so you want to remember that when you're adding clay. 1 unit here, about that much wasted wire, not too bad. Let's bend it around. Let me show you some ways that you can modify this armature. So if you're sculpting somebody that has a little bit longer of a spine, of a torso, and shorter legs, what you can do is you can take the leg and then just pull it down on both sides. And so you see that also narrows the hips. And so if you had hips that were too wide, then you can do that. You can pull it down. You can also do the opposite and pull it up on both sides if you have somebody that has a shorter torso. And you can shorten the torso just like that. Same thing with the shoulders. You can move them up or you can move it down depending on the model and depending on the pose. Very easy to do. Sometimes what I like to do with the spine, just because right there it's really straight but our spine is curved, so what I like to do is just push in at the lower lumbar section of the spine and then pull where the rib cage is, just to give the spine a little bit of a curve. And so there we have finished armature, ready to add some clay onto it. If you're interested in sculpture, be sure to check out my figure sculpting course as well as my portrait sculpting course. You can find links to both of those down below, as well as all of my other links. I've got a lot of helpful resources for people interested in sculpting, and we really want to build the sculpting community over at proco.com. You can also support me on Patreon. Any way that you support is really helpful, even just liking, commenting, sharing the video. Okay, stay productive, stay creative. I'll see you around.